Right, so essentially in this one, what we're going to do, it's pretty simple. We're going to take the top 6 teams out of the Premier League. So that's Chelsea, Arsenal, United, City, Liverpool, Tottenham. They're going to be out. They're going to be out of the Premier League. We're going to make it wide open. Everybody else, mid-table teams, relegation fodder teams, go for it. Go for the title. It's all yours. Top 4, it's all there up for grabs just for you to go get. It's free trade. It's communism? No, it's not communism really, is it? But it's easier for everybody else to win the league. What we're going to do is we're going to sim 5 seasons and we're going to see who is able to win the league. What kind of teams that you would never expect to lift the title can pull off a title run and even win the Premier League trophy. That is what we're here to find out today. Now, I wish I could take credit for this idea, but it is not my idea. It's actually a viewer from my live streams. If you guys aren't aware, I do live stream here on YouTube, Sundays through to Thursdays, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. UK time. And this comes from one of the very good followers of my live stream, Jamie A. Hearn. And he came up with this idea when I was in stream, and I wrote it down on my notepad, and I thought, you know what? Let's get to recording. Let's get it done. So 5 seasons, thanks to Jamie. If you guys want to be involved in the live streams, please do check them out. I mean, they all get uploaded as well. But if you see me live from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. UK, just come have a look. See if you like it, see if you don't. And if you don't, I usually have a weekend video up for you guys anyway, which is an experiment. But I do want to dive into other forms of videos as well. So if you aren't subscribed yet, please do so. Like the video if you enjoy it. But without further ado, let's take a look at what the league looks like if you take out the top 6. Post edit, post showered up Guardy. I haven't had to do this before, so I forgot. But I quickly want to say thank you to the 4 people that joined the Guardy FC members club. That is Sermsuk, Anti-Classy, Joe Hay, and Kevin. And a double extra shout out to Joe Hay. He went all the way and got top tier membership. Joe has been here from the beginning of this channel. He literally was here since video number 1 on this channel. 3 water boys, 1 board member. I'd like to have a couple more of you in here. So if you want to go ahead and support the content, more than a like, more than a subscription, if you want to go above and beyond, do consider pressing that join button only if you want to. Of course, there's no pressure, but these 4 people have gone well above and beyond, and I appreciate every single one of them. So thank you once again, Sermsuk, Anti-Classy, Kevin, and Joe. Hey, thank you very much for your contribution to the channel. It is truly appreciated, and it does mean a lot to me. So thank you very much. Okay, so here is the league without the top 6. As you can see, I have taken over Bournemouth. This was a team that I just selected at random. I want to be in the Premier League so I can see who the top goal scorers and things of that nature are, but I don't want to influence this too much, so I won't be trying to overperform with Bournemouth. I'll just be trying to keep in line with what everybody else is doing. I'm not sure who these teams are going to sign or who they have the ability to sign. So for now, I'm just going to keep Bournemouth as they are. But if I see other teams developing, then I'm going to develop with them. So bear in mind, I'm not trying to dominate here with Bournemouth. But as you can see, scrolling down, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Brighton, Burnley, Crystal Palace, Everton, Fulham, Leeds, Leicester City, Newcastle United, Norwich, Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday, Southampton, Stoke, Swansea, Watford, West Brom, West Ham, and Wolves. So as you'll notice, there are some teams that are up from the Championship, again, selected at basically random, but also trying to get the higher rated teams into the Premier League. So there are 6 brand new teams that got an automatic promotion. I'm not sure I could even name them if I had to just quickly name them now. I mean, in the last video, I forgot that St. Mirren is a Scottish team, and I didn't even mention them once in a video about Scottish teams, so don't expect me to remember who got promoted automatically here. I know Sheffield Wednesday, Stoke, Swansea, perhaps West Brom as well. Norwich are definitely one, and I actually don't even know who the 6th one is. To be honest with you, I got no idea what the 6th one... Wait, it's Bournemouth. That's right, the 6th one is Bournemouth. There we go. All right, I got there in the end. I do know which 6 teams got automatically promoted. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. You would probably expect Everton to be the front runner here in Season 1. I mean, they're already the most well-established team, but you do have the likes of Wolves who could potentially challenge for it as well. If I had to predict, it would be one of those 2. If I had to pick one, I think Everton is a safe bet. So let's see what things look like at the end of Season 1. Alrighty, here we are at the end of Season 1, and as you can see, my Bournemouth side hasn't done too well at all, but we have escaped relegation. Sheffield Wednesday, Stoke City, and Nottingham Forest go down. Hey, Nottingham Forest were also a automatically promoted team. Okay, I definitely miscounted or misjudged someone before. No, you just forgot that you had to make another save and ended up putting different teams in there. That's why Nottingham Forest are in there. How many times am I going to have to interrupt this video? But it does not matter now because Nottingham Forest are going straight back down. Sheffield United just survived. I kind of wanted both Sheffields to be in here for a little bit longer, but you don't always get what you want. So Sheffield United in 17th, which is a bit surprising considering their league form in real life. But of course, FIFA is not real life. And moving up, you'll see Leeds United in 15th, Norwich, Newcastle, West Brom, Southampton, Watford, Fulham, Aston Villa in 8th, Brighton in 7th, Palace in 6th, Everton in 5th, Burnley in 4th, West Ham in 3rd, oh my goodness, Leicester in 2nd, which means it is Wolves in 1st. Yeah, Wolves in 1st. Okay. Burnley in 4th, Everton in 5th. For two different reasons, those are shocks. Burnley doing a lot better than I thought. Everton doing a lot worse. I forgot to mention, out of the teams that would be competing in this first season, Leicester is another one that I'm not surprised to see up there. West Ham does surprise me a little bit, but I thought it would be Wolves and Everton, but Leicester definitely should be up there as well. So those were probably the three teams to beat, and it's Wolves who take out season 1, 72 goals scored, just 29 conceded. That is very impressive from Wolverhampton Wanderers. Just to give you a bit of an idea as to who is contributing to the team, Jimenez with 24 goals, picked himself up the Golden Boot for the year. Barnes for Burnley snatching 22, and then Haller and Barnes, well, I guess another Barnes, grabbing 19 goals apiece. I guess for the title-winning side, you'll also notice that Traore was there with 16 goals in his 36 appearances. And how about Moutinho chipping in with 14 goals of his own? That's a fantastic performance from the central midfielder. And if you take a look at the assists, he doesn't stop there. He picks up 11 of those as well. So double-digit goals and assists from João Moutinho, putting his team on his back. And we'll give credit to Richarlison, who grabbed 9 and then tied on 8 for the third spot. Pukki, Hughes, Vardy, and Barnes. So Barnes from Leicester having a very good campaign. And the goalkeeper doesn't disappoint either. Rui Patricio grabbing 15 clean sheets. As established, Wolverhampton take the first season. I think that's going to be the interesting part of this experiment is, are the same teams always dominating, or is there going to be a shuffle? So let's compare this top 4 or this top 8 even, and let's see what it looks like compared to next season. Here we are at the end of season 2, and you'll notice a few different names in the Premier League. Norwich is right at the bottom, but Blackburn Rovers, who came up, are going straight back down. Crystal Palace will be joining them, with Swansea narrowly avoiding that relegation. Birmingham City survive on their first season up. Birmingham City stay up as well. Fantastic. Slowly going up the table, you'll notice that it's Watford, West Brom, Leeds, Brighton, Sheffield United, Burnley, Fulham, Bournemouth, Villa, West Ham, Newcastle, Southampton, Leicester City in 3rd, Everton in 2nd, and once again, Wolves take 1st. Unbelievable stuff here. Once again, Wolverhampton Wanderers winning the league title back to back. This time, no Burnley in the top 4 and also no West Ham. They're replaced by Everton, who were 5th last year, up to 2nd, and Southampton with a massive jump into 4th position. They weren't even in the top 8 last year, so they've made a huge improvement. Of course, you'll notice that my Bournemouth team is in 8th. I'm trying to keep them competitive, but I don't want to go overboard. So 8th position is not bad for Bournemouth. Once again, having a look at who contributed to these fantastic seasons, Neil Maupay for Brighton Hove Albion, 26 goals. One of the more impressive league campaigns that you will see. Barnes for Leicester backs up last year with 19 goals, and then Haller and Vardy with 18 each. So Leicester City with a couple of near 20 goal per season strikers there with Barnes and Vardy. In terms of Wolverhampton, again, Traore makes himself known in the top 15 with 13 goals this season, and Podence with 12. Moving on to the assists, the top 3 were Bailey from Everton, and then a tied 2nd place, Wilson, Dendoncker, and Calvert-Lewin, who is now at Burnley. Maybe if Everton still had Calvert-Lewin, they would be winning the league. But then tied 3rd would be Redmond, Trossard, J. Rodriguez, and Calvin Phillips, along with Neves. That's a lot of ties. I should have just read the first 3 names, but that's a lot of ties. Once again, a quick look at the clean sheets. This time it's Kasper Schmeichel who gets the Golden Glove with 14, narrowly pipping Jordan Pickford. That's actually a bit of a tongue twister. With 13 clean sheets, him and Simon from Southampton, and then Wolverhampton's Rui Patricio grabbing 12 clean sheets with Pope and his 12 clean sheets as well. I guess the question is, going into season 3, can Wolves three-peat in this new Premier League? Are Everton or Leicester potentially going to grab one from them? Are they going to stay in the top 4? What are Southampton, Newcastle United going to do? Teams who took giant steps? Or is there going to be another surprise? Is there going to be someone outside of this top 8 that's going to jump in and get that Premier League title? Let's find out in Season 3. Okay, here we are at the end of Season 3. Sheffield Wednesday made their way back up to the Premier League, but they're going straight back down along with Stoke City, who's finished on 14 points, and Nottingham Forest on 21. Swansea City, I think, is that back-to-back years that Swansea City just made it away from the relegation zone? That must be back-to-back seasons. Moving up, you've got West Brom, Leeds, Birmingham, Sheffield United, Aston Villa, Fulham, Everton in 10th, Watford, Brighton, Southampton, Wolves, West Ham, Burnley, Leicester City, Newcastle United, And Bournemouth, my Bournemouth team won by 1 point. 1 point against Newcastle United. Now, I don't want to be seen as somebody who's influencing this experiment. For full transparency, I was looking at what other players and what ratings some of these Premier League teams were on, and I tried matching my team with that. Now, admittedly, some of the potentials have actually gotten out of hand, and some of the players that I've signed have gone absolutely off. And you'll see some of them. We did lose 8 games. That's 3 more than Newcastle, 3 more than Leicester. They just happened to draw a lot of games. We had the best attack in the league, tied with Burnley, and the best defense. So we did have the best team, Bournemouth. I might tone it down a little bit. I might ship off some of these better players who have really jumped in overall and make it a little bit more of a level playing field. Some of the highest rated players are natural Bournemouth players, players that were Bournemouth at the start of the career mode. Moving along to the top goal scorers of this season, you'll notice Jamie Vardy has once again won the Golden Boot with 20 plus goals this year. He's been very consistent this experiment. I don't know how old he would be at this stage, but 21 goals for him in 36 matches. Watford have signed Day Thomas, and he grabs 19 goals for them. And you'll notice tied third place is Brooks and Calvert-Lewin. Again, Calvert-Lewin is at Burnley. Brooks is another one of those natural Bournemouth players who has really shot up in rating, and he grabbed 17 goals this season. You will notice, though, for those of you that do have a keen eye, the other Bournemouth and I guess the other Premier League medal winners are Lo Celso and Martinelli, 2 players that I signed right at the beginning of Season 2 who have now jumped up and shot up. The reason I signed those players was because after I nearly got relegated in Season 1, I nearly actually got fired as well, and Lo Celso's going to have to go. He's 94 rated. He has to go because I think he's carrying this team a little bit too much. Moving on to the assists, Traore for Wolverhampton Wanderers. He's always in one of these top 15s. He grabbed himself 12 assists for the season. Torres and Masuaku. Just the Bournemouth players include Brooks, not Billings. I called him Billings before. He's Billing. And Lo Celso, who grabbed 6 assists. Now, for his rating, Lo Celso actually didn't play that well, but I think the rating is really dominating in the simmed games. Another player that didn't really dominate but has definitely helped this Bournemouth side is Dean Henderson. Of course, Manchester United aren't in this Premier League or in any of the leagues in England, so I thought I'd pick up Dean Henderson as a good goalkeeper. Again, his rating has shot up quite a bit. Picked himself up 15 clean sheets. You'll notice Rui Patricio is not at Wolverhampton anymore. He's at Newcastle United, and you got to question, is that kind of a sale something that has potentially hindered Wolverhampton Wanderers? 14 clean sheets he grabbed at Newcastle. West Ham's Benitez and Southampton's Simon also grabbing 12 clean sheets here, so they tied for third. Moving straight into the 4th season, Swansea City finally get relegated with what I believe is the tied worst Premier League performance, 11 points for them, just the 1 win this year. It was coming, Swansea fans. They were going down regardless. It just took a little bit of time, but they went down. Brentford in 19th, Crystal Palace in 18th also go down. Birmingham City just surviving by 1 point. West Brom in 16th, Norwich in 15th, Leeds United in 14th, Sheffield United in 13th, Fulham, Brighton, Watford, Newcastle United, Aston Villa, West Ham, Southampton, Burnley in 5th, Wolves in 4th. Please don't tell me it's Bournemouth again. Oh, Bournemouth in 3rd, 81 points. Leicester with 82. And in 1st place, Everton also on 82 points. What a title race that is. That is absolutely insane. 75 goals for ourselves gives us the best attack in the league, but we couldn't hang on with the defense. I did get rid of some players, including Dean Henderson. Maybe that made a difference. What a crazy, crazy title race. Of course, Everton win it on goal difference and just deny Leicester. I mean, not just, it's 10 goal difference. It's quite substantial, but they do deny Leicester. Even if we had 1 point extra, our goal difference is still 2 less than Everton. So Everton with a massive league win. I mean, I thought they were the most likely, and them and Leicester have both been in this position where they've nearly gotten it and nearly haven't. Leicester have looked more consistent. They may have made the top 4 every year, Leicester, actually, if I'm thinking about it right now. I think Leicester have made the top 4 every single year. Everton did drop out, but they've come back with a bang, 82 points, and Everton win the 4th season of this new age Premier League. Moving along to the top goal scorers, and it's actually one of our own. Bournemouth's Brooks grabs 23 goals for the campaign. Fantastic to see. Piatek grabbed 20 for Everton, so that must have helped them. And Jamie Vardy still banging in goals. 19 goals for him, along with Cabral and Mayeki from Watford. I'm going to guess it's Mayeki. But Everton also had Bentancur and Rodriguez chipping in with 13 and 11 goals respectively, and I'm sure that helped on their way to the title. Most goals can't happen without the assists. Pavon, Martinelli, and Majeki again in the top 3 or 4. He grabs himself 10 assists. I think that means he has 19 goals and 10 assists for the season. The Watford, I'd like to tell you what position he is, but I have absolutely no idea. And then for clean sheets, a bit more surprising. It's actually Matty Ryan and Martinez for Brighton, Hove Albion, and Aston Villa, respectively, grabbing the tied Golden Glove. Rui Patricio up there once again. He's been just so solid throughout this experiment. 11 clean sheets for himself. Benitez grabbing 11 for West Ham, and then Perrin for Leicester City grabbing 10. You'll notice that Everton had both Lunin, who's obviously Real Madrid's Ukrainian young goalkeeper, and Olsen, both chipping in with clean sheets. A bit of a rotation with the goalkeepers. That's not something you see every single season. So in the 5th and final season, it's Bristol City, Derby County, and Reading going down. I have a feeling all 3 of these teams just came up now because I don't remember seeing them last season, but as you all know, my memory is not the greatest. Surviving relegation is the likes of Burnley, Birmingham City, West Brom, Sheffield United, Leeds, Norwich, Fulham, Leicester in 10th, West Ham, Newcastle, Aston Villa, Brighton, Bournemouth, there we are in 5th, Everton in 4th, Wolves in 3rd, so they haven't gone 3 in 5 years. Watford in 2nd, whoa, nearly competing, and Southampton in 1st. Fantastic to see a brand new name lifting the Premier League trophy in this 5th season. Watford were also there, 3 points away were Watford from potentially being Premier League winners, but Southampton, you have to say, deserved it. 26 goals conceded in the season, that's a very good defense, and accompany that with 72 goals scored. That means they had a great campaign. Watford in 2nd with Wolves and Everton in 3rd and 4th. 2 teams that have been very consistent in this career mode. And I think, in speaking of consistency, I think this is the first season Leicester do not make the top 4. I could be wrong about that, but I believe this is the first season that Leicester City don't make the top 4. Of course, we want to say who's contributed to these fantastic seasons. Brighton, obviously in the top 8, and they had Baronetsia. Maybe it's, I don't know. Baronetsia, or is it Gia? I actually have used this player in career mode. I was playing a career mode in Spain. I don't know what team he originally comes from, but I signed him. I was playing as Almeria and I signed him. He's actually a good player. If you want someone to play all across the front 3, he's kind of small, kind of quick, really good, like, can play striker and wings. Look him up. He's actually very good. I just don't know how to say his name, but he came in with 21 goals and gets the golden boot. Icardi has made his way to Southampton, who are now Premier League winners, by the way. And you have to say that his 19 goals had to have contributed into what became a title-winning side. Majeki, once again for Watford, finds himself with 19 goals. That's the 2nd time he's done it. The only other Southampton-related player is Abraham there with 10 goals in his 37 appearances. In terms of assists, Pablo Fornals actually makes one of the best, if not the best, in these 5 seasons. I think it might be the best assisting campaign with 15. I could be wrong. Again, don't quote me on that. What is with the names in this 5th season, man? I can't handle this. 10 assists for the Watford player, and Bentancur, along with Abraham and Xerxes, grabbing 8. I believe Xerxes is a right back. I could be wrong, but Abraham, 10 goals and 8 assists. Not a bad campaign from himself. In terms of the clean sheets, it's Kola for Wolverhampton, who grabbed 18, just beating Rui from Southampton, who grabbed 17. Rui Patricio, once again, is up there with 11 clean sheets. He ties Martin from Leicester, who also grabs 11. Is it, guys? That is the end of today's experiment. Just 5 seasons here today. I wish I could do a little bit longer, but man, simming on console does take a little bit of a long time, and I also have to manage not getting fired from my job at Bournemouth. The only reason I played with a Premier League side was to see who the top goal scorers were. And I didn't want to make it where if I control a team, they don't have any chance of winning the league. I wanted to give Bournemouth a chance. They took that chance. Trust me. So our champions were back-to-back Wolverhampton Wanderers, who you'd have to say were the most impressive side in this experiment, considering they won 2. Nobody else could do that. Then we had ourselves as Bournemouth, who won 1. Everton grabbing themselves a league title, and then we wrapped it off with Southampton. So out of those teams that you saw in the league, who was the most surprising that didn't win it? For me, it has to be Leicester City. I mean, they were in there 4 of the 5 times they were challenging or in the top 4. So very surprising not to see Leicester City grab themselves a league title, but I guess they do have one in the last decade, so they don't really need another Premier League title compared to these other teams that have won it to date. And that's what it was all about. It was about seeing who took that opportunity and what new teams we could see at the top of the Premier League table and the top 4. It's not something that we're going to see see in real life. I mean, barring an absolute anomaly, it's just not going to happen again. So this experiment gives us a bit of a window into what would happen if the top 6 were to just get jettisoned out of the Premier League. I don't know. Maybe they go play the European Super League and Premier League kicks them out, or UEFA kicks them out of the league competition. This was what would happen. Wolverhampton taking advantage of that, grabbing the first 2 Premier Leagues. Congratulations to them. They have to be the MVP of today's video. But this video wouldn't have been possible without Jamie, who was watching the live streams. Thank you very much, Jamie. I know you'll be in the live streams. You're probably watching this video as well. So thank you very much for the video suggestion. If you guys have any other suggestions, leave them in the comment section below. And of course, while I'm live streaming, I'll probably grab some of the suggestions there as well. Now, of course, if you don't watch the live streams, please do check it out. Give it a go. If it's not for you, if you don't like watching live streams, I understand. But if you see me live, 7 to 10 p.m. UK, just make sure you click the video. Just see if you like it. Come hang out with the chat. It's a great community, and I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. So I'll leave it up to you guys. If you don't want to check it out, that's completely fine. That's it for me, guys. It is getting so warm in this room. I have 2 lights now instead of 1, and I've also got some LEDs back there. I'm sure you can see the blue LEDs. I got different colors that I could make them, so maybe every single video we'll switch it around, so we'll get like a red going, or wait, there we go. I got it to work. Maybe a red going or like a green going. So for different videos, we'll have different looks, different vibes. But I am sweating because it's nearly summer here. It's getting hot in this room. I'm upstairs. Put on the blue lights just to cool me off a little bit. That's all that was. Anyway, I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me talk about that. Thank you very much for watching the video. I do appreciate it very much. If you did enjoy it and you haven't hit the like button yet, please do so. I appreciate you guys taking the time out to watch today's video. I hope you did enjoy today's video, and I hope you had a good day. I will see you guys in the next one very soon. Keep it real.